Hello, everyone. Welcome at our webinar and sit back, relax, make yourself a cup of coffee, and we will wait for a couple of moments for everyone to join. Well, I think that we can start. So, hi everyone once again. Welcome at our webinar, Conversion to S4HANA, How to Preserve Your Processes and Cut Costs. My name is Daria. I'm a sales manager at ACBaltica. And let me introduce my colleague Alex. He is the project manager for Brownfield conversion projects. Hi, Alex. How are you?
Hello, Daria. Thanks. I'm fine. And hello, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you. Today, we would like to discuss with you the topics that are connected with conversion to S4HANA and give you the general understanding of why, how, and when it's better to plan your migration. We have prepared a small presentation, so that it would be more convenient for you guys to perceive the information. And as it's a live stream and it's a new format for us, if there are any problems with the video, don't worry. After the webinar, we will send you a high quality recording. And that's all for introduction. And now let's move on to the most interesting part. I would like to start with a brief introduction and presentation of ACBaltica company. Our company, ACBaltica, has a headquarters in Vilnius, in Lithuania, and we're an SAP Platinum partner and also the member of United VARs organization. We have been working with SAP for more than 20 years and have delivered more than 150 projects in different industries. We're extremely good at retail, automotive, manufacturing, telecom, and we're constantly growing our industry practice. And our team consists of 140 SAP specialists who are mostly either senior or mid-level. Here you can see the information about our expertise. Generally, we have two major departments. The first one works with customer experience line of products, both on-premise and cloud. And the second one works with ERP, S4HANA, analytics, planning, budgeting, and also development and integration. In ERP and S4HANA, we have the dedicated team that has been trained according to 10 steps to S4 program. And Alex is the head of this team and the project manager that delivers conversion projects. We have a very good practical conversion experience, and we know different technologies and tools used for conversion and also experience in S4 and non-S4 integrations. Briefly, that's all I wanted to tell you about ACBaltica. And now I would like to give the floor to Alex. And let's start with the question, why the company should migrate to S4?
Okay, thank you, Daria. So first of all, I'd like to mention that, S4HANA is now becoming the leading ERP product in the industry. So it's becoming most successful SAP products at this point. It combines more than 50 plus years of experience in almost every industries, and no one else but SAP has such expertise. So here I will name just a few features that are really important in S4. So the first one is simplification. So the simplification allows you to reduce the IT costs and to simplify the architecture and management of your system. So it also ensures that the business processes will work smoothly. It's ensure the centralization of the hardware, resources, and it means the business will work more efficiently. The second important point is improved performance. Indeed, S4HANA works faster than ECC. So big data reports is no longer an issue. So it means you can execute them and get the data in real time. And this is also will help your business to grow. So the third point, and this is the friendly user interface. This is called Fiori. So unlike ECC, this is completely different. In ECC, that was like old and not really something that users liked. So now this is customizable, modern, intuitive, and it can be highly responsive. So you can access it from any device now. So this is a really a good feature. The next point is the innovations. So everyone now is talking about artificial intelligence. You know, that's and a lot of companies implementing this in their business. Also, the robotic processes automation, the machine learning, and this is all you have, all you can incorporate in your processes when you migrate to S/4HANA. The next thing is the industry best practices, of course, because SAP has experience in many industries, and that means that you can just take the best practices as it is delivered by SAP, or you can just take it and adjust it according to your needs, according to your business and the business processes that you have at the company. And so the last point is the flexible deployment options. For ECC, we had only the on-prem solutions, and if we take S/4HANA, so we can stay on-prem, we can move to the cloud. It's maybe a private cloud or a public cloud deployment.
Okay, that all sounds pretty clear, even to me. And now, could you please explain the main differences between ECC and S4?
Sure. This is one of the questions that we normally get from customers when we discuss why they should migrate, because they think they tell, okay, we can stay on ECC. What are really the benefits? How can you compare? So let's start with the new technologies, intelligent technologies. This is something I mentioned on the previous slide. So in ECC, we don't have such options. When talking about S/4HANA, we have the artificial intelligence, the Copilot called Joel. It helps you in everyday operations, the machine learning. So a lot of things that are really modern. That will help your business, help your staff to work in the system. So this is something that we don't have in ECC, of course. The database in ECC, this is a disk-based databases. So we could use different databases in ECC. And now in S/4HANA, we have an in-memory database. This is the only database, SAP HANA. It works in memory. This is why it's efficient. It works fast. So it also helps you to grow. The data model, it's important that in ECC, we had a complex, redundant data model, redundant tables, and that means the potential blocking and maintenance issues. When in S/4HANA, this is simplified, so it has combined analytics and transactions, and that means reduced maintenance issues, reduced compatibility issues. So the next point is the business processes. In ECC, they are constrained by the old legacy databases. In S/4HANA, you can use the best practices and the solutions powered by the experience of SAP. The user interface, Fiori. So in fact, we could use it. We could start using it in ECC, but what we have in S4, this is completely different. This is another story because in S/4HANA, the user interface is really customizable. It works on any device, on a tablet or a notebook, on a PC or just a watch. And the deployment option. So this is on-prem on ECC, and in S/4HANA you can choose from private clouds, public clouds, or state on-prem. The maintenance is very important when using ERP system. So in ECC, this is supported till 2027. Okay, they promised that SAP promised that they will have the extended maintenance, but it will cost extra money, of course. And when you switch to S4, when you migrate, so you're sure that you have the maintenance at least to 2040. So we have a lot of time.
Wow, there are so many interesting features in S/4HANA. Nevertheless, some of my customers, they see a lot of challenges in moving to S4. And just to dispel their doubts, could you please name some of the reasons for migration?
Sure, Daria. So this is also the thing that we discuss because we understand that we have many good features in S4, and still there are some points that are like concerns that we discuss with the customers. The first point is the system stability. So they say, okay, our current system is stable, it works fine, so we know it, so people know how to use it, how to customize it, etc. So okay, while this is stable now, that doesn't guarantee that the system will be able to meet the future demands because the business is rapidly evolving. So if you stay on ECC, your competitors can start using the new technologies, and that means that you will be behind. So also, when we compare it with the ECC in S4, there is no longer security issues, no compliance issues. So compliance is very important, and so yeah, this is something that is really different that we need to take into account in S4. And with budget, the next point is budget. They say, okay, potentially this will cost money. Of course, it might seem significant at first sight, but when we are talking about the migration to S4HANA, so this is not an expense. This is just an investment. You invest in your business, you invest in the future of your company. And if you compare the potential issues with the maintenance, with the security, and also payments for the extended support of ECC, so on the long run, it may be even cheaper. The third point is customization. Okay, we all customize the systems. It's very it's normal, let's say, that when we do some customizing. And in some cases, customers have very customized environments, a lot of Z codes, a lot of implementations, and a lot of add-ons. So they're worried how this will work in S4HANA. So, but this is true that the system may be customized, highly customized now. But imagine that you have some custom solution in S4HANA, in ECC, and when you move to S4, there is a replacement by the standard code, by the standard report or standard theory tile. So this is something that will work better. It will be supported by SAP, and this is an alternative, of course. And again, if you want to take something with you, there is let's say no alternatives in S4HANA, no problem. So we have a special tools to analyze the codes, the add-ons before we migrate, about test cockpit, for example. So we can just check the part of the code, the programs, the user exits that we can take with us in S4, and what changes we should do as a part of the migration. This is not an issue, so this can be done easily. And the maintenance. So the maintenance, okay. Some customers say that, okay, we still, SAP promised us maintenance, and it's so at least till 2030, let's say. But I think that we should look at it not as a postponing the project forever, because SAP indeed gives more time. But this is more time just for customers to think about the migration in advance, to plan the project in advance, and to spread out the costs. Because if you postpone the project forever to the last years of maintenance, let's say, this will mean more stress, more rush, and the resources are limited because everyone will like to migrate. And so this is why it's important to think about it as a preparation step, not as staying on ECC.
Okay, thank you. I know that there are generally two approaches to migration, greenfield and brownfield. Could you please provide more details on each of them and then maybe focus on brownfield conversion?
Yes, Daria, that's a good question because we have different approaches in migration to S4HANA. Indeed, the first one, this is a greenfield when this is the implementation from scratch. So this is let's call it a new implementation. So we take and implement only the processes that we want. We can take the processes with us from the old system, but we can also modify it a little bit or completely redesign it. So this is possible. And also the data we take to the new system, only the data that is relevant that you want, that we need to take with us. And it's also possible to start not like a big bang. We can have a phased go live. For example, we can start company code by company code. This is possible in the greenfield. When talking about the brownfield, this is the upgrade. This is upgrade of the current ECC solution, and we keep the existing processes as is. We can do some changes, and we will do some changes because the processes like assets accounting, for example, it changes in S/4HANA. So we also change something in the processes, but not big changes, let's say. And all data that you have in ECC will be also migrated as is. So if you want to take only the data that you like, so it's important to think about it in advance and maybe to archive or clean the data. And this is a full conversion. So we start normally we do the conversion brownfield way in the weekends. So we start on Friday evening and finalize it on Sunday or Saturday evening.
Okay, I see. And we usually recommend our customers to do the brownfield conversion. Please tell us why it's a good idea.
Yes. So there are several points, Daria, so why we recommend to start with the brownfields and then continue using the advantages of S/4HANA. So you first do the technical migration to the latest S/4HANA version available at the moment when we start the project, and we try to do it in the shortest way. And the first thing is that we reduce the risks because we migrate the system as is. We try to minimize the impact on your day-to-day operations. The processes will not change a lot, and we also focus on keeping the downtime near zero. So it means that the daily operations will not be touched by the migration. The second very important point that this is save resources, save money, because if we compare greenfield and a brownfield will always be cheaper. So because we don't need to do a lot of changes in the system, we don't do a lot of trainings because the system basically stays as it is with some minor changes, of course. And also you have the full control over the process because we start with the sandbox, a copy of the production system. We convert it, then we have the testing sessions. We show it to you, and it's okay. This is why we are confident that the system works as expected. It works as before, even better, of course. So this is the 3 points that I should mention. So as a result, you have all the processes, all your data configurations migrated to a new system that you can use as a basis for the future developments, for the future innovation projects in your company.
Mm-hmm. And what should a company do before the conversion?
So there are several steps that we should consider before we start the project. So this is also important to take into account because some of them, they take a lot of time. They may take a lot of time. So this is like a preparation. So the first thing is to check the system and technical requirements. So first of all, we check the current version of your ECC solution. It should be at least 6.0 version. And it's the EHP enhancement pack. Okay, SAP says it may be from 0 to 6, but we recommend to have it at least version 4 or 5 because, well, it's easier. It will be much easier for the when we start the project, when we have the latest EHP available and also the service pack, because each EHP have the service pack. So we also recommend to upgrade it. Let's have a small pre-project, and when we do the migration, it runs without issues. Also, the system should be Unicode compatible. And the last point that I can mention is the database. So we need to check what database you have right now. and because it will be changed to HANA database anyway. If you already have HANA database, it is possible to have its own ECC solution. So maybe upgrade will not be needed, or we just upgrade the version from version 1 to version 2. The second point is the infrastructure. So you need to change the hardware. You need to change check the sizing of the future landscape of your future system. How much resources do you need, and whether it's okay, so you can prepare in advance. And also, if you want to move to cloud, so you need to start negotiations with the cloud providers like SAP or Amazon, Microsoft, whatever. So this is important to take into account, like before the conversion. The data preparation. So as I mentioned, when we start with the brownfield, we take all the data with you. So if you don't want like old redundant data, you can start with the pre-project preparation. You can clean the obsolete data. You can archive it. This is all possible. So you only have the data that you want in your system. The custom code. Okay, this is the story when we need to know which custom code will be, parts of the code will be moved and how they will be changed in S/4HANA. So before we start the project, we analyze all custom code that we have with a special report. It's called ABAP Test Cockpit, and highlight the points together with you, with the customer, how and when this will be migrated. Potentially, some of the points just that this is not used in it and will not be used. So it's a good time to clean it before the project. The functional business process readiness, it's here I'm talking about the change management, because we need to define the change management strategy, and also the training, because okay, some changes will be done in S/4HANA, some processes will be changed. So we need to think in advance about the training, about the how and when and who will prepare the training documents, when the training sessions will be conducted. So it will be during the project, but it's better to think about it in advance. And the last point that I can mention is the project planning and governance. So indeed, the preparation of the project is important. So first, you need to think about the project team who will be involved from our sides, from ACBaltica side, who will be involved from customer side, like key users, project manager, IT manager. So this is also we need to think about in advance. And also the risk management, because every project has risks. So this is normal, but the good way to mitigate the risks and to manage them is to be prepared, to have a strategy how to mitigate them, to inform about the risks in advance. So this, and after all, it will not impact the project at all. So talking about the three main steps, three main pillars, let's say, these are the preparation. Preparation is the key. The strategic planning, where you define the deliverables and the phases and the deliverables that you will get at the end of each phase, and finally the detailed planning. So at the end, you have a very, very detailed sequence of steps that we will do during the sandbox and during the development system, and still go live with your production.
As far as I know, SAP has the recommended methodology for such projects, which is called SAP Activate methodology. Could you please define the main milestones of it?
Yes, of course, the SAP Activate. This is the methodology that is being used for the conversion projects. It is also used for the new implementations. So this is proven by thousands, I think maybe thousands of projects all over the world. So this is why we also follow this methodology provided by SAP. So we start first with the discover phase, when we define the value of the project, why we need to migrate to the new system, also the project scope, what should we do during the project. The preparation is the next phase, where we set up the project governance. We have the very detailed plan at the end, when we plan the resources in advance. Then the explore. So this is the phase when we take a full copy of your production system, we convert it to S/4HANA, then we have the testing sessions. So we, together with the users, test the system, and we at the end we are convinced that this is working fine, working as expected. And also in this phase, we convert the development system. It's also converted to S/4HANA. So the next phase is realize. When we start with the quality system, we again refresh it with the data from production system, and here we are very close to the product. So that means we are doing the exercise of the conversion that will be very, very similar as we simulate the conversion of product. And again, after this step, we do the second round of the testing sessions. It is shorter because we fix most of the issues of the potential issues in the sandbox phase. But anyway, we need to make sure that the conversion of prod will run smoothly. And deploy, here we convert the production system. This happening during the weekend normally, called go live. And then we continue with run. So here we can take benefits of the new system, of the new architecture, and we start thinking about the new projects, about changes in the business processes, about the usage of theory tiles, etc. So this is the last phase of the FA.
Alex, you have delivered brownfield conversion projects in various industries. And what are the main challenges you have faced with that might potentially affect the budget, the terms of the project, and so
on? So yeah, this is a difficult question because the projects may go easier, and some projects are more difficult. This is normal. This is okay because every landscape is unique, and but the main things that I can name are the technical complexity. This is the system compatibility, how the system is compatible with S/4HANA, and potentially the pre-project that we need to do as a pre-upgrade of the initial solution. For example, upgrade the service pack or even EHP. This also will take time. It's not a lot of time, but it will take time. Also the integration, because all this every system is normally linked to any other parties, any other SAP or non-SAP systems. Sometimes it just be very easy, so you can just switch the endpoints and that's it. And sometimes it is not that easy because you need to change the whole process. You need to change it in S/4HANA and also you need to change it in external systems. So in this case, it's difficult. The costs, resources allocation, so it's the initial budget estimation is important, and allocation of the budgets we need to preserve that's all the potential issues and all the points in the project. The third point is to consider the business continuity. So we need to minimize the downtime. Sometimes some businesses operate like 24/7, and we have a very small window for the downtime, let's say. So we need to prepare for it, to use the near zero, like they have the near zero technology to minimize it, and also to minimize the operational risks on the day-to-day operations of the business. Custom code, in some cases, customers have a lot of custom code, a lot of set code. So this is something that is really a challenge. And in some cases, you just change the code and that's it. In some cases, you need to change the approach. You need to change the process. So this is a difficult story, but we fix it, of course, at the end. The data quality, it's something we also need to try to fix. This is not mandatory, but okay, if you want to have a clean data in the new system, you need to think about it in advance. And data cleansing and the data volume is important for the conversion. The change management, sometimes users don't want to change, don't want to migrate to a new system. So we need to convince them that this will be better for your. They don't see it immediately because it's not very easy in a technical migration to see the differences just after the conversion, because it will take some time. So it's also a challenge, let's say. And the training needs, so it depends how many users we need to train. Sometimes we train only the key users and the IT staff. Sometimes we need to train also the end users. So this is a challenge in the project as well.
Okay, let's imagine that we have convinced our potential customers that brownfield conversion is a very reasonable idea. And now we are moving to an estimation process. To make the estimation more precise, what should a company do?
Daria, this is very, very often asked question, because everyone wants to save money. This is normal. This is okay. So we have some questions and some points that we need to discuss with the customer, and some activities that we should do. So first of all, SAP has the special report, SAP readiness check. This is, let's say, the main reports in S/4HANA, in migration to S/4HANA. It shows the main challenges, the main things that we will do as a part of the project. By analyzing the readiness check, we define the scope, how this will go, and how many consultants we need to involve in the project. And so this is very important to run it in advance. It's really the core of the estimation. Also, the custom code compatibility. This is again something that impacts the project a lot. So if you have a lot of custom codes and we need to do a lot of changes, so it will impact the buffer resource, of course. And sometimes this is a way to save some money, some budget here, because in some cases we know that customers already have developers on site working for their own needs. And it's possible to involve them in fixing the code. Potentially, they can just adapt all the codes for the conversion. So this will save money, of course. The system landscape. I'm talking here about how many systems you have in the landscape. Each system means a separate conversion. So, for example, if you have a two-tier landscape, like development and quality combined in one system, but in a separate clients and production. So this is one story. This is only pre-conversion, counting sandbox as a third one. And if you have a classical three-tier landscape, so you start with the development, quality, and prod, it will take more time and more resources, of course. The interfaces, again, this is when we should analyze which systems is your current ECC solution is linked to, what changes should be done. So this is also part of the scope. And the versions of system components. So this is the version of our EHP of the service pack. And if we need to upgrade it, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it will also take some resources. The number of clients, each client is converted separately. So imagine on the server, you have like 3 clients. This is one story. If you have like 10 clients, this is completely different. It will take more time and resources. And Fiori. So this is the really a good feature in S/4HANA, but you can save money. Here, you can initially imagine that you are used to working with, and users are used to working with some GUI, the classical interface. It's possible to migrate as is, continue using the GUI, and don't spend time and money on the Fiori implementation during the project. Or you can say, okay, we want the new technologies at once. So it means that more workloads and more budget.
Alex, thanks a lot for sharing your thoughts and your knowledge with with us. And we have reviewed the main processes of S4 conversion today. And now I would like to proceed with the rapid fire questions that I usually receive from my customers. Also, I would like to remind you guys that in case you have any questions, you still can ask them via chat or in Q&A session as well. So the first question, Is there any software to prepare for conversion?
Yes, Daria. So these are the two main reports that I already mentioned. These are the readiness check. That gathers the main information about the scope, about the conversion, and how it will go, and the main challenges. And the second point is for analyzing the codes. It's called above test cockpit. So here we see the challenges in changing the changes in the Z code, in the custom codes that we will do or customer will do.
Mhm. What are the main system requirements that should be checked before the conversion?
The version of ECC, the version of PHP, service pack, and also the Unicode compliance.
How do you check compatibility?
This is the report from the first question, in fact. So this is the readiness check. It also shows the compatibility of the components and add-ons that you have in the system right now.
Okay, and let's summarize. From your point of view, what are the three main advantages of S4HANA over ECC?
Well, Daria, this is a tricky question because I think that every consultant, project manager, or even user can name different features, different things that he or she likes in S4HANA. For me, this is the simplified architecture, improved performance, and also a lot of new features that comes with the new set of URI panels.
Well, I think that it means that we have covered all the potential questions that might have arisen, and actually that's good. Also, I would like to point out that if you have any questions in future, you can always send them to our company via LinkedIn, email, to give us a call, anything you want. And of course, after the webinar, we will show you the recording of our today's session. I hope that you really enjoyed our new format of webinars. And as for me, I really enjoyed talking with you, Alex.
Me too.
Yeah. So thank you all, and hope to see you soon as our customers. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Goodbye.